Hello and welcome back to the Thema Legacy. Yes, it is time, finally again, for another episode of my Sims 3 game. So welcome back. If you're new and you don't know what's going on, I suggest you watch at least the episode before this one, because that one has a pretty good recap of what has happened so far. So if you watched the episode prior to this one, you will be up to speed, and then you can watch this one. Unless you, of course, want to watch all the episodes. It's not that many. You can do it if you want, and then you'll be really up to speed. And then you'll know every little detail of what's happened. And you can brag about it. You can brag about knowing everything about my Sims 3 game. Anyway, let's just get into it. So where we last left our Sims, Monica and Ronald had just passed away, and their kids, all except for Peach, who's already moved out on her own, but the others, so Apple, Pear, and Papaya, they all moved in with Lemon and Shane, and that's where we're starting up today. Here we have Melon, and he is flirting with a girl named Caitlin, watching the stars, and here they are kissing. Here is Apple getting annoyed with Shane, it looks like, I don't really know. Here is Peach and her sister Papaya talking, and it's Papaya's birthday, so she is turning into a young adult. And here is Melon and Caitlin again, holding each other's hands, kissing. Okay, so here is Cherry breaking up with her boyfriend again, and immediately started talking to the next guy as her ex-boyfriend is still there. But yeah, they started flirting, and then she met some other guy. Here is Melon and Caitlin again, kissing and doing other things. And oh, I gotta say, so I caught her getting up in the middle of the night to go throw up, and I was like, no shit, she's pregnant. But she never had a baby, so I guess she had just eaten bad food or something, but she definitely ran to the toilet to throw up in the middle of the night after they woohooed. So I was like, no way she's pregnant, but yeah, I guess she wasn't pregnant. Here we have Cherry flirting with yet another guy, and her ex is standing there being very upset, it seems like. They're kissing. Here Peach turned some innocent victim into a toad, or like lit him on fire, or both. I guess both. Poor thing, I don't know who that was, but yeah, I feel bad. Peach kept doing this kind of stuff to people. I kept seeing toads everywhere, and I'm like, Peach, did you do the thing again? See, here's another toad. Here's literally another toad. And Pear is here singing some karaoke. Here's Apple snorkeling. Here is Cherry, it's her birthday. Costanzo and Cherry moved in together. Oh yeah, here's Mango. He reached his lifetime wish goal to be a world-renowned surgeon. So yay! Good for Mango. Here is yet again Melon and Caitlin. Here is Shane flirting with some girl, and I'm like, Shane, what you doing? You have a boyfriend. But he just started flirting with some girl here, and as you can imagine, Lemon was not very thrilled about that, so they actually broke up over this, and Shane moved out with Orange, because Orange was Shane's plum bot, so they both moved out. But here is Cherry, and here's Cherry, she is actually pregnant. What? Yeah, so she and Costanzo are having a baby, and here she is telling Costanzo. Here is Melon and Caitlin again doing the love. What is that? The love test? It's some sort of like a love meter, right? And here Melon and Caitlin are throwing horseshoes together. And here is Cherry, and she just had the baby, and the baby's name is Link. And he is also a werewolf, so I guess we're playing Twilight Princess now. But there she is. Oh my god, this animation is so cute. She is bathing Link in the sink. Link in the sink. So here is Apple. She actually moved into her own house where she adopted a horse named Quicksilver. So she has a horse and 2 cats now. And here is Peach. She went to France and she's buying some nectar. And here Peach is trying to make her own nectar. And here she is drinking some of the nectar that she bought. Here is Cherry going on a date with a new guy. And she has Link with her in the carrier. Which is really funny. She's like, yeah, I have a sleeping baby. If you don't mind, I'll go on a date with you, but I have a sleeping baby. And then her new boyfriend and her ex-boyfriend, I guess? I don't know. This situation is complicated. They did not get along. Shocker. The 2 of them kept flirting. Here is Link. He's actually staying at his dad's house. You know, his dad, Costanzo, is a family-oriented sim, so I like to think that he's actually like the better parent out of the 2. I don't think Cherry really wanted a kid, but I can imagine Costanzo is like overjoyed since he is family oriented. So I think he really loves Link, even if the relationship with Cherry didn't work out so well. And here Cherry is meeting some other guy, or is this one of the guys she already met? I don't really know. Honestly, I have a hard time remembering who she met when and who she was actually dating. And here's Link and Costanzo. So cute. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, they're so cute. And here is Apple riding Quicksilver. Here's Cherry. She's going through a midlife crisis, if you couldn't tell. So she's got a motorcycle now. She's got a makeover as well, if you didn't notice. Here she is breaking up with a guy, as she does. Here is Peach. So some context. I took Peach to Starlight Shores on a trip because I thought she would be able to do like the magician jobs in Starlight Shores, because there were no such lots, I don't think, in Monte Vista, or maybe there was one, I don't remember. But there wasn't like a whole lot of opportunities for that stuff in Monte Vista, so that's why I had her travel to Starlight Shores so she could do that. And in Starlight Shores, we ended up taking a little detour because she met a girl named Lindy, who she started flirting with. So yeah, they kissed and flirted and kissed. And here she watched some guy do a performance. And it was pretty cool to see all this. She was on a date with Lindy. And here is Lindy and Peach sharing some breakfast. And here, Peach threw a costume party. The last day she was gonna be in Starlight Shores, she threw a costume party. Everyone she met here, like, she became instant friends with everyone in Starlight Shores, honestly. She and Lindy even kind of like have matching costumes a little bit if you look at them. And this girl, whoever this girl, I don't remember her name, but she came like actually dressed as a Little Mermaid. I really liked her costume. And yeah, there's the party. Basically what I figured is that the interactions don't really work because she's like level 6 or 7. I think she's level 7 of her career, and it was still saying like you don't have enough experience to audition at this venue, which I'm like, and it said that on all the venues, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Level 7, you should be able to audition. I did some searching, and basically they were like people saying maybe the lots are glitched. I would try that later, and you'll see. I'll talk about it a little later. And here is Cherry meeting a guy again in werewolf form, because why not? I guess he doesn't mind. Here is... Oh, I just took this screenshot because that is apparently what orange looks like right now. And I'm like... I'm like so confused. I'm like, how did this happen? How is that orange? That's not what she's supposed to look like. Why does she wear clothes? I'm so confused. I don't know if that's like... I don't know. I really don't know, and I really didn't want to mess with it because I was scared my game would crash if I try to mess with whatever this is. So that's just what orange looks like right now. And here is Papaya. She met a guy named Furby and they started flirting with each other. And here we have Peach and Lindy back in Starlight Shores. I almost said Moonlight Shores. I'm like, wait, no, it's Moonlight Falls. Starlight Shores. Sunlit Tides. So many lights. So many different types of lights in these cities. No, they're back in Starlight Shores because I was like, I'm gonna make this work. Actually, they decided to move in together. So Lindy now is coming back with Peach. But before that, they're gonna have a little party here, of course. And they actually slow dance together at the party. So because it didn't work, the lots, it wasn't the problem with the lots in Starlight Shores. It was probably just a result of traveling, like using the travel feature is from a mod, and Rust Traveler makes it so you can travel to different towns. And basically I think that just made it so that it didn't register her career level or something, so she couldn't audition even though she technically was a high level to career. Yeah, so what I ended up having to do was just add a town in Monte Vista and plop down one of those parks with a stage. And yeah, I'm like, I didn't want to do that because I don't really want to edit the worlds all that much. I just like to think that it's canon, you know. I think it would make like a good story if, you know, she lives in Monte Vista and she has to travel to Starlight Shores to do her job because it's a Starlight Shores exclusive type of thing, like, and that would be like a cool story for her, but it didn't really work like that, so whatever. And here is Cherry's new romantic interest. His name's Antonio, I think. I remember because I gave him a makeover. And here is Peach and Lindy in their house. It's Peach's house that Lindy moved into. And here's Peach performing on stage. There's Mango flirting with some girl. I don't know what's going on with Mango, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea. Here is Cherry and the guy going steady. And they just really sad. It is the little kitty, or not kitty, this is Tugger. I meant the cat. I meant kitty as in the cat. This little Tugger, and it is Tugger's time to leave. No, no, it is so cute. I love, it's like so heartbreaking but so beautiful at the same time. The like Grim Reaper animations with the animals are so it's so beautifully heartbreaking. Oof, it breaks my heart every time. Even though I tend to kind of neglect pets in The Sims 3. I'm an animal lover in real life, but in Sims 3 they're just kind of there. I don't know, I didn't pay a lot of attention to them. I don't know, I go back and forth a lot on whether or not I even have pets enabled in my game, but for this I've kept pets enabled for, you know, the possibility. So there are apples there watching this happen. It's so sad. It's so sad. And how he like he takes out the little toy and the cat is so like, yay, toy, and then he throws it into like the light and the cat just goes after it and then disappears, and it's just it's so, like I said, it's beautifully heartbreaking. And then they started arguing. I don't remember exactly what they started arguing over. We're like insanely disliked by one another, and they just decided to break up. Which, you know, I'm not surprised they did. I didn't see them lasting, but I'm surprised it happened so fast. And here is Link. He is not a child. And then here, this is what surprised me. So it's just one after another. But Quicksilver, apparently, I was so confused. I'm like, what's going on? Who's dying? And then Quicksilver, which I'm like, Quicksilver? I think Quicksilver was only an adult. I don't think Quicksilver had lived nearly long enough to die. So I'm wondering if he was like struck by lightning or something, because it was a storm, or if like, can horses be scared to death in Sims 3? I don't know. But I almost think it must have been something like that, because I don't think he was nearly old enough to die from old age. But yeah, so this is really sad again. The horse, he like rides it into the sunset, and I made a little grave there, little horse gnome. It's gonna move, it's not gonna stay there because it's a gnome, but I thought this was really cute. Here's Link's birthday. He's turning into a teen, having a little party. Here's Link meeting up with his friend. His friend's name is Shanita. Here is Peach doing a performance. Here is Papaya baking a pizza or something. Papaya is like trying to really get mastery of the cooking skill. She has the wish to be a Renaissance Sims. She's just showed a lot of interest in learning a lot of skills. So cooking is one of the ones she really wants to perfect. And then, nah, it's Kitty's time too. Like, this is so sad. This is so sad. All the animals are dying. There's Kitty. Poor little Kitty. And they put a grave there. And then, so Cherry actually had a robbery, or an attempted robbery, and the police officer that showed up, she immediately was like, ooh, ooh. So she started flirting with him, kissing. And here is Papaya. She's having a midlife crisis right now, so she's had a little bit of a makeover. But isn't she so gorgeous? I just love her. She's so gorgeous. So cute. And here is Cherry with her and her boyfriend. Yeah, they're kissing. Yeah, they're dancing, slow dancing. Okay, this is so sad. This is Lemon, and he is passing away, in fact. And yeah, it's really sad because Lemon was really one of my favorites. I really liked Lemon. I think you could tell I put a lot of effort into Lemon, especially in his earlier years of life. So yeah, it's a little sad that his boyfriend decided to cheat on him, and that happened. But yeah, he was such a he was such a cutie. So yeah, really sad. He's passing away. And here is Link meeting with his other friend Meredith. And they started flirting. He is giving her flowers. He's even kissing her. Here is Cherry meeting with a new guy. Here is Lime passing away. Lime, as you could probably tell, Lime was not one of my favorites. I did not pay much attention to Lime. I bet you had forgotten he even existed, because I sure had. Anyway, it is Link's birthday yet again. He's having a birthday party, and he is, you know, blowing out the birthday candles. And so Link is now a young adult, and he decided to start sculpting because he's artistic. So he decided he wanted to start sculpting. Here is Cherry and her new boyfriend. We are so close to finishing her lifetime wish. And Cherry actually got asked if she wanted to move in with Franco, which is her new boyfriend. And I was like, okay, I'll allow you to move into our house, I guess, for a little while. And then here is Cherry breaking up with Franco. And here's Cherry meeting with her next boyfriend. And they are gonna start going steady. And this was the moment where I thought her lifetime wish would complete, because this would have made her 10th boyfriend. And I was so confused because it said 10 out of 10 on the lifetime wish. So I was like, what the heck? What's wrong? It's glitched out. I was so confused. And then I had to do some research, and it turns out you have to break up with 10 partners, which was not clear from the instruction. It just says be the girlfriend of 10 different Sims, but the requirement isn't that, I guess. And it's also weird that it says 10 out of 10 but doesn't complete. And like the instructions should be the ex-girlfriend of 10 different Sims, right? Like, I can't be the only person confused by this. In fact, I know I'm not, because other people had asked about it on the internet. That's how I found out. You have to actually break up with 10 Sims. So, yeah, the requirement is break up with 10 Sims, not be in a relationship with 10 Sims. So yeah, they had to break up. But before that, Link decided he wanted to make an ice sculpture of his mom's new boyfriend. Seems a little, you know, maybe this is a little fast. They just started dating and you already wanna sculpt him in ice? But I mean, I guess it is an ice sculpture, which means it's going to melt, much like his and Cherry's relationship, am I right? But yeah, they went on a little date, I guess, and went swimming. And yeah, and then they broke up. Yeah, obviously. Then they broke up, and that is when her lifetime wish was, in fact, completed. So it wasn't glitched or anything. It worked. You just had to break up with him. But this is going to be the end of this episode. So thank you for watching. Since you watched all the way to the end, I have a question for you. How do you feel about me sharing some other gaming content on this channel? Because not only do I have a backlog of some Sims 4 stuff that I would like to share in a similar way that I do with this series, that'll probably come sometime fairly soon, as I'm starting to run out of the Sims 3 backlog that I had. But also just like other games, like completely different games, different genres. I want to know, like, how do you feel about that? Because there are some other games like coming up that I will want to play, and I could totally share my playthroughs of those games, and just like just other games I enjoy as well. I could also share like me playing them. I think that could be like really fun for me as well. I'm still thinking about it. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like your answer really matters, because at the end of the day I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing. But the question still stands, because it would be very interesting for me to know if there's like interest, if that sounds like fun to anyone, you know? Like, hype me up if you do want to see more variety, or just like different games or different series on this channel. Like, hype me up if you actually want that, because this is just like, otherwise I'm just doing this for me otherwise. But if you want me to do like other things, I'll definitely think about it. And that, my friends, is the end of the video. See you in another one. Bye!